Then there's Robin Stoddart, and this is most definitely more repetition. But there is more here that I can prove. I can prove, for example, said it before, 4 were born in England and Wales in the entire 20th century. 1 died before he reached the age of 1. He died at 0. Ergo, 3 left. 2 of them were called Robin John Stoddart. Right, there's that. 2 more Robin Stoddarts immigrated in the 20th century that I can find. And I know a bit about both of them as well. Well, if I ignore one born in 1967, because I don't know enough about him yet, that gives me 4 to work with, actually. And I know, as I said, a bit about all of them. 1 Robin John Stoddart was present at a murder and was later murdered himself. That's 1. 1 Robin John Stoddart. The other Robin John Stoddart is alive and well in Melbourne, as far as I'm aware. Both of them knew my father. And I don't know how or why, because they don't appear to have been related to each other. Either the Stoddarts or my father and the Stoddarts, as far as I'm aware. Then when I googled the name Robin Stoddart, I came across another murder. And lo and behold, a man named Robin Stoddart was living 1 floor beneath the murder victim. So, with so very few people named Robin Stoddart, they do have a bad habit of either being present at murders or getting murdered themselves, or both. The Robin Stoddart who was present at this murder in London was a reporter for The Guardian. However, he did not report the story. He was merely interviewed as being a neighbour of the murdered man. A murdered man who let his attacker in. There was no forced entry, ergo he knew his attacker. I have repeated this before. Robin Stoddart lived 1 floor below him. The man who was murdered, Captain Martin Brooke Warwick, had possible connections, and this is quoted from the newspaper, and it can be Googled, and I have uploaded it. Possible connections to MI6. He was Gloucester's gay, I think paedophile, for various reasons. My opinion. Undisputed is the fact that he traded in arms. Specifically, he traded in arms to repressive regimes. Now, I know I get boring on the topic of Robin, especially Robin Stoddart. But I can prove that 1 Robin Stoddart was present at the death of Fiona Green, and that Robin Stoddart was subsequently murdered himself. Both of those things I can and have proved. And I can prove that another Robin Stoddart, as few of them as there were in the UK, another Robin Stoddart was present at another murder with possible connections to MI6 as reported by that paper.